In South Korea, Pope Francis celebrated Mass today before 50,000 people, urging them to reject materialism. 1 in 10 South Koreans is Catholic. He also met privately with survivors of April's ferry disaster and the relatives of the 304 who died. Most of those victims were teenagers on a school trip. The captain and 14 crew members are now on trial. Seth Doane tells us what the investigation has found.
Anger about the ferry sinking still pours onto the streets of Seoul, even today. Protesters are pushing the government for answers about the country's worst maritime disaster. Preliminary hearings are underway as part of an investigation before the trials of the crew and ferry company.
How many of these hearings have you come to?
Ko Young-hwan has made the journey to these hearings 8 times. As painful as it is, he wants to know how and why his 16-year-old son, Ko Oh-jae, died.
Do you think your presence, being in that courtroom, can make a difference?
일단 선원들도 있고.
The crew members are in there, he told us. If they have a conscience, our presence will make them tell the truth. This week, the Coast Guard was questioned about the rescue effort. They call it a rescue, he asked. The Coast Guard said they were never trained to go inside the ship. They were only trained to rescue people floating in the water. The hearings have uncovered a long list of things that went wrong. Survivors testified they were initially told not to evacuate the sinking ship. Prosecutors allege the ferry was carrying too much cargo and that it wasn't secured properly. On top of that, prosecutors say almost no money was spent on safety training. Ko says he hopes the captain will receive a death sentence. I don't know how long this will take, he said, but I have to go back to a normal life. And I wonder if I can do that.
South Korea's president says that she hopes the Pope's trip will have a healing effect. Scott, it is likely there would not be any sort of legal resolution for some time, as trials would not begin until much later this fall.
Seth, I understand that the founder of the ferry company was found dead. What can you tell us about that?
That's right, Scott. His remains were found back in June. They were not identified for more than a month. He was a successful business tycoon here in South Korea. He had been on the run since that company he founded had come under increased scrutiny.
Seth Doane. Thank you, Seth.